Hi guys, this is a tutorial for a really OP spiral farm. Before I get to the tutorial, I'm going to explain why you might want to use it and why you might not want to use it and how to use it. So yeah, if you want to skip how to use the farm and stuff, then I'll put the timestamp. This farm is very easy to build and it is very efficient, trust me. It can get literally max farming rates and there is no downtime at all. You can get 20 BPS if you know what that is, but if you don't, then just know that it is really good and it's like basically a perfect farm. Unlike other farms, you don't have to have perfect reaction time to get the best lane switches. First of all, you guys are going to want to make sure that you set your rancher's boots to 225 speed or 327. I'm going to set mine to 225. First of all, you're going to want to go to the start of your farm, which should look like this, and set your angle to 45 degrees. Mine is like this, so if you see the first lane, then you go into it and then you turn 45 degrees like this. Next, you want to find the 45 degrees and then just do /set spawn. I already have my spawn set here, as you can see. Make sure it's a good angle for whatever crop you're farming. Next, I highly recommend setting your break key when you're farming this to spacebar so that you can just press space and you won't move your angle at all, because you won't need to move your angle. Once you've got all that set up, this farm is strange. To use this farm, you have to use all 4 of your directional keys. Essentially, the easy way to understand how to farm this farm is just always hug the inside of the farm. As you can see, it's a square, so try to always be hugging the inside, like this wall instead of the outside wall. So if I want to be doing that here, then I just hold down S. Anyways, once you get to each corner of the farm, you basically have an entire lane to be as your lane switch. So on this row, I would be holding right, and I would still be facing the same direction. And as you can see, I still keep farming perfectly, even though now, between this entire row, I need to start holding S. So this is the row, and it's also the lane switch. Each row doubles as a lane switch, basically. So holding right, and as you can see, you can be holding right for quite a long time, and it still works. And you don't get stuck unless you go all the way an entire row without realizing. And honestly, at that point, you probably deserve it. Once you're at the end of the farm, you have 2 options. Either you can have a drowning thing, which I used to have one set up here until I rebuilt this a little bit. But you can have a drowning thing, so you can just have some water falling above and it will drown you, but you have to do the timing. Or you can just do /warp garden. And assuming you're at the end of the farm, you'll be holding right, so you'll be able to just switch to S, and it's just like a regular old lane change. Now, I recommend setting a keybind to it so that you don't actually have to go into chat and type out /warp garden. I set mine to G. I used skytills. As you can see, I have sacks set to Y, island set to grave, and then warp garden set to G, so that I can easily open my sacks and warp to garden and stuff. Before I get to the tutorial, guys, subscribing would truly mean a lot to me, and it will also show that you guys want more tutorials and farming things. Anyways, here's how to actually make the farm. Alright guys, I'm just gonna show you how to build this farm. I already have it built, but honestly, it is really simple, trust me. You literally just have to do 6 or 5 rows. This one has 7, just ignore that. I don't know why I did 7, whatever. This one has 5, it's on the outside. The outside can have less because the outside is biggest and therefore longest. You might need to put extra, but this wart one works with just 6. Anyways, you could also stack it if you want more room in the middle, but you guys can figure out how to do that yourself. Anyways, basically to build it on the corners, the best way in my opinion is to just place 3 blocks like this and then just turn, place 3 blocks, and then you're gonna want to have a gap right here and then just place 3 more gaps, rotate 3 more, 1, 2, 3, rotate 1, 2, 3. There, we've already done 3 rows on the corner. And then the way to do it, just on the normal thing, is just do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just do it on the edge of the plot border. Pretend this is the outside, where that is. But yeah, and then once you've done this, you just start your next farm by just touching the next one, so it will be 6 blocks, but that's fine because they'll be separated by which farm it is. As you can see, these ones are touching. And then, yeah, once you've done that around your entire area that you chose to do, And then all you have to do is plant the crops, and I will show you guys how to do the corner right now as well. As you can see, in the corner where you start, you kind of have to be able to, well, switch lanes so you don't just go in a circle and it's not just in enclosed loop. All of these ones, if you want, you can just like pause here and like take a screenshot of how it looks, but also I will do it right here on this one because I haven't done it yet on this one yet. And honestly, you might want to do this part before the water because otherwise you'll probably need to get some like dirt blocks, which is like, I mean, that's fine, like whatever, you can get some dirt, but you know, oh my gosh, basically what you want to do is you're starting this way and then just place 1, 2, 3, and then dig a trench. 1, 2, 3, 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 dig a trench. And then 1, 2, 3. And it's literally that simple. And if you did it after water, just make sure you fill in the water as so. Yeah, and then you just plant your crops. Obviously, remember, you don't need water if you're doing the wart thing. Don't worry about that. Anyways, guys, if you guys need any help with the farm or you guys need to see it in person or whatever, just do /visit Z109. I have even a mini model here of a stacked version, and I also have, well, a regular version with all 4 layers if you just want it flat like this. And this one will hopefully have wheat on it by then. But yeah, just /visit Z109, same as my YouTube. Yeah, pretty simple.